the practical use cases on HTML events, and how can we use these events in order to invoke some actions dynamically at runtime upon changing the values inside the text box or upon click on the button controls we have discussed with the practical use case. Have you tried with these features? Have you tried? Yes or no? Only one. Give me second one. Why? Today. Not yet done. Hmm. Both the use cases done? Okay. Done with this both the use cases? Done or not? Okay. Not yet done. Okay. Now, try to complete these assignments as soon as possible so that it will be very easy for you to understand. Same as ARA programming, almost, but little bit differences over here. Now, so now let's take one more small use case. Now my requirement is I want to implement a basic calculator application. I want to implement a basic calculator application by using Lightning Web Component Framework, where I want to place three text boxes. Okay, I want to place three text boxes. First one to enter the first number value, second one to enter the second number value, third text box to represent the result. Now, the third text box I want to show in disabled state. That means user can't edit that value. The value should be in disabled state. So just he can see the result, but he can't modify that. Now, I want to design a small calculator like this. I want to place the three text boxes. To enter the first number, a separate text box. For the second number, one more text box. For the third one more text box. This is the first number. This is the second number. This is the result text box. Now, I would like to place the buttons. I want to place addition button, subtraction button, and the multiplication button, along with the division and the modulus. 5 buttons I would like to place. Now, I want to make this a two text boxes will be required. I want to make this a two text boxes will be required. So, first of all, we have to enter the first number and then second number. Then only we can click on this add button. Automatically, it will be performing the operations over here. Okay, now. So now once operations has been done, it should represent the result inside my third text box. Now, in this case, how can we do that here? But there, when you go to the ARA programming, in order to do this, we are using the help of two methods, get method, set method. Component dot find, we can specify the component unique name dot get dot value. We are using that get method to get the value from the text box. To set the value, we are using that set method. But here, we no need to use such kind of get and set methods. It will do that functionality automatically. Now, let's see how can we do that. Design a Lightning Web Component to implement the basic calculator to perform the required mathematical operation. Design a Lightning Web Component to implement the basic calculator to perform the required mathematical operations. Done with this? Now, let me design the user interface first. Now I would like to prepare a new Lightning Web component. Basic calculator component. I'm selecting the default folder. Let's go to the template file. Now design the user interface by placing the required visual appearance controls. I would like to place the 3 text boxes over there. Lightning input. I want to indicate type equals to number. Label equals to enter first number. Placeholder equals to first number. Required equals to true. Name equals to LBL first number. I'm giving the unique reference name because based on this name, I would like to collect the value from this component. This is the first text box here, like the similar fashion. Lightning import type equals to number. Label equals to enter second number. Placeholder equals to second number. Required equals to true. Name equals to LBL second number. LBL second number. Third one. Lightning input. Type equals to number. Label equals to, I would like to show operation result. Placeholder equals to result. And then I want to indicate name equals to LBL result. Now, I'm indicating disabled equals to true. Next, I'm giving a break tag. And then I would like to place the buttons. I'm using the buttons here. I'm using this a paragraph tag. Align equals to center. Now I would like to place the buttons. Lightning button. Label equals to edition. Variant equals to brand outline. Now I would like to specify this. Lightning button. Label equals to subtract. Variant equals to brand outline. Lightning button. Label equals to multiply. Variant equals to brand outline. For all the buttons, I am applying the same style. Lightning button. label equals to division, variant equals to brand outline. Lightning button, label equals to modulus, variant equals to brand outline. These are the buttons I'm placing. For each button, I would like to give some space. I'm giving ampersand NBSP semicolon. Ampersand NBSP semicolon here also. Now I'm giving some space. Let's save this. Let me try to access this component here. Let's see how the user interface look like. Now I would like to apply some style also here. Basic calculator component .css. I would like to apply the style. Width also, border, border radius, margin top. I would like to indicate 80 pixel, margin left, and then I would like to indicate padding left. These are all are same. Let's say. Let me run this component inside my application. Now, we are having a component is available over there. I'm going to my Salesforce R. Let's go to the developer console. I'm invoking my application. Basic calculator component. Click on preview. Now the component is visible like this here. Now the first number text box, second number text box, both are mandatory. And then operation result, this is not editable here. We made it as disabled. Now we are having the buttons, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and the modulus. These has been arranged in the center part of this, division tag. In this width, it will be having in the center part here. That's what we are using, paragraph tag align equals to center. Now, let's see. Now my component designing part is done. Now I would like to implement this business logic. Then how can we write the business logic? Now let's see. So here we are entering some value. For example, some 100. Second number, some 20. So whatever the two values we have entered, we need to collect these two values into your JavaScript and we need to store inside that. So that here I want to define two properties here in JavaScript class, like the first number property, second number property here. These two properties I would like to bind to my two text boxes by using value properties. So whatever the value we are going to enter in this text boxes, this value will store into this properties, Suppose here if I'm changing the values, that will be coming into my text box automatically over here. Both and get and set properties will be applicable automatically. Now let's see how can we define two properties. Now, once the two properties are having the values, then collect those two values, perform the addition operation. I would like to store into a result property here, result variable. This value I would like to bind to my third text box. That means we are going to be sending that data to the JavaScript and we are getting the response from JavaScript. That means two-way direction. This is two-way binding here. It's not one way, it's a two-way binding. Now, let's see. How can we do that? Go to the JavaScript file, that means controller file. Now, go to the controller file. Here I'm defining two properties over here. I want to define first number property, second number property, operation result property. These are the three properties. Now the first number, second number, operation result. Now these properties I would like to bind to my text boxes. So whatever the value we have entered in the first number text box, that value should store into my first number property. So that we are using that property here. Like value equals to, we can specify the property name. What is the property name? First number. Okay, I'm binding this control with that property. So from now onwards, whatever the value that I'm going to enter in the text box, it will go into first number property automatically by default. Here also, value equals to, I would like to indicate second number. Here I would like to specify the value property to indicate that operation result. Operation result. So operation result property will be holding the value of the third text box. That means operation result will be visible inside. Now we are binding these components over here. Now in this case here, for example, from now onwards, whenever I'm entering some value in this text box, if I'm entering some value 100, it will go into the first number property automatically by default here. Okay, now suppose for example, if I'm assigning the value here equals to 25,000, then if I'm assigning at the programming level, this will come to that user interface automatically. Let's see. Once you refresh this screen, it will collect the value from the text property. It will show on the screen automatically. Okay, it is having bidirectional navigation automatically. Get and set properties are inbuilt available. That's what it is called as auto-implemented properties. Okay, read-only properties, write-only properties, auto-implemented properties. Three types will be available. Now here, get read-only property means what? Get property. Write-only property means set property. Auto-implemented means both will be available by default here. Now, so whatever the value we have entered in this text property, that value come to the user interface. Suppose in the user interface, if I'm entering value, that will come into JavaScript property automatically here. That is a functionality. Now, so now in this case, now I would like to collect the values from the text boxes. Whatever the values we have entered in this text boxes, I would like to collect these values. How can we collect these values? Now let me show you. Here, I'm entering some value in the text box. Some 45,000. Sometimes I'm changing this value also. Immediately, this new value should be reflecting into my property here. For that reason, what needs to be done? I'm preparing a JavaScript function. Now, I'm handle change. That means whenever we are changing the value of that particular property here, I'm using the parameter event. I want to call this a method. Whenever we are changing the first text box also, second text box also, I would like to call that method. I'm indicating on change equals to, I want to call this a method. Here also, on change equals to, I want to call this method. That means the same method I would like to call in both these particular components. So whenever the value has been changed, now I would like to collect that latest value. I would like to store into the respective property. So that I'm collecting the values over here. Constant element name equals to I'm collecting event dot target dot name. So now currently whatever the text box value we have changed, now the text box name I'm collecting over here. The text box name I'm collecting. Now constant element value equals to event dot target dot value. So now we are going to be collecting this element name and the value. That means, so which event, which component has invoked this event here? I'm collecting that component details. I'm collecting that component name and the component value. Suppose if you modify the value for this component here, if the element name equals to LBL first number, that means this is the first number text box. Whatever the value we have modified just now, if the value is equals to the first number text box over here, now that value should be storing into this property here. This dot first number equals to element value. Else this dot second number equals to element value. Okay, now. So now here in this case, whatever the value that we have entered, or if you're changing some value, now I'm collecting that, I'm going to firing this event. Now this particular method is going to be getting fired. It will collect that or the components details. Now which text box value we have modified, we don't know. I want to get that component details so that we are using event. That means what is that event? They have modified some value. Now which component value they have modified, I'm collecting that component detail. From that one, I'm collecting the name of the component over here. Component name means unique reference name, not the label. Now, this is the unique reference name. I'm collecting that. Which component value has been modified? I'm collecting the value of that component also. I'm storing into my separate property. Then I'm checking that whatever the component value we have modified, if that component name is equals to LBL first number, that means first number value has been modified. Then collect the latest value, that value stored into my first number text box. So first number property. Or else the value I'm storing into second number property. So the values are coming over here. Then I would like to perform the operations. So once the values has been stored, I would like to perform those operations over there. Constant is nothing but what? This is a keyword which is used to make that value will be fixed, which cannot be editable throughout the program. That is the concept of JavaScript. During JavaScript, we have discussed what is constant variable and what is the let keyword. Okay, all these things we have discussed. Yes, right. This is a variable name. Now we are using that constant because here I would like to collect that property value here. If suppose if you click on some other thing, I don't want to collect that other component details here. This value should be okay. This value should be fixed always. Next, after that, whatever the values you have collected, those values will be storing inside my properties. That means inside this first number property, second number property values will store. Now I would like to collect those operations. I would like to store the result. Now here as soon as once you click on button control, I would like to perform the action. Once the input has been submitted, then do the operations and represent on the result. Now I would like to specify the addition operation. Now on click equals to handle addition. I'm preparing a function with the name handle addition. I would like to collect that. Handle addition. Handle addition. I would like to specify this dot operation result equals to parse end this dot first number plus parse end this dot second number. That means what? Whatever the first number value that we have, whatever the second number value that we have, I'm going to be collecting those values. This referencing the current referent. This is the current component. In this current component, go to that first number property, collect the value, but it will be treating the value as a normal string. So we need to convert into the integer type. And then we are collecting both the values. I'm performing the addition. I'm storing the result inside this property. Now this variable value will be already binded to to the output. That means operation result component. Clear? Now let me show you. Because internally the proper JavaScript properties will consider as string. That's what. Suppose if it is a normal Apex programming, we can give integer variable name. That means we are indicating that this variable is of type integer. But in JavaScript, we don't have any such kind of things here. We are using simply var keyword. Var keyword means what? Any data type also. That is a problem. Here I'm giving the value 25,000, second number 1000. When I click on addition, it will represent the value 26,000 over here. We can see the result 26,000. This value you can't modify. Now, like the similar fashion, I want to write the code for subtraction, multiplication, division, and the modulus. Let's see. Prepare the functions first. Handle subtraction. Write the I'm using this subtraction. Handle multiply. I'm performing that operation of type multiplication. Handle division. I want to perform the division operation. Handle modulus. How to perform the modulus operation? Now, percentage. Not Apex programming, it's JavaScript. Percentage. Apex programming, math.mod. Okay. Now, programming has changed so that we need to change our now mine. Now, according to the programming, we should be able to remember what features are available. Now we need to call this methods upon click on the buttons. Now this method we need to call upon click on subtract button. So on click, handle subtraction. On click, we need to specify the multiplication. On click, handle division. On click, handle modulus. That's it. So we are performing all these operations. Now we can see the result. Refresh the screen now. I'm giving the value some 49,500. Second number 1250. Now when I click on addition, it will represent the result over here 50,750. Subtraction result will be getting visible over here. Multiplication result also. Division result also. Modulus result also here. We can see all this operation. Depends upon your requirement, we can perform the operation. That means without writing any Apex programming code, just by using the JavaScript itself within the browser itself, we are able to perform the operation so that here it is providing faster performance. Okay, understood the concept now? Clear up to this one? Next. Next one. Let me place this code. Will you be able to do this one? JavaScript? Okay. If I'm assigning value property, it will do automatically get and set. There we have to use get method, set method separately. If you write once, you can remember. Photo, you can't remember. Hmm. Then